Glenn, firstly, what a pleasure and delight it is to firstly meet you, for yourself to be back here at the county ground as well, a ground you're familiar with.
Yes, yeah, great to be back. Been back a few times since I was managing here many moons ago, but no, it's always lovely to go. I always smile when I come in here, and the memories are fabulous. Yeah, great memories of. It was my first job in management, so. Always look back with fond memories, as I say, and managed to get us up into the Premier League as well, with a lot of hard work from all the players and everyone who was involved. Actually, it was a real lovely way to start my career as a manager.
I'm sure you've had a fair few memories here, to be specific, but are there any moments that really stand out to you that you can resonate with town fans?
Obviously, winning at Wembley was a special day. And but I think there's a couple of things really. I think the way we played was important to me, and I think we played a very, three at the back, wing backs. We played a very technical game and played some lovely football. But you have to be successful doing that as well, and we managed to do that also. So, but I look back, the achievement of getting up was fantastic, but the way we played, I got a lot of pride in the way we played. But there was one particular game I look back, I've just asked that earlier today, and there was one manic game where we were 4-1 down at Birmingham away, and with 20 minutes to go, and we ended up winning 6-4. I mean, that was just a crazy game. I always reflect back on that, and you don't know why sometimes. As a player or a manager, you just think, because it can go the other way. You can be leading 3-0, and I've lost before 4-3 on games like that. So it's, but that was a manic game. 4-1 down. The place is rocking for them. They think they're home and dry, and for whatever reason, for 20 odd minutes, we just I don't know, played like Real Madrid and come back and won 6-4. That was a magical game.
An iconic stadium for a lot of Swindon Town supporters. Its size for the league that we're in as well, but the stadium just fantastic as well.
Yeah, I mean, I always look at the results every weekend, I always have done, but it was really concerning, to see where they were, the club, and I was thinking, oh no, they can't go out of the league surely. But Ian's done a great job. It's took a bit of time, but it looks like, fingers crossed, they're in a safe position now, and that's great. And then let's hope it's onwards and upwards. But I think that's the problem. Sometimes, the opponents will come here, and it's a big game. It's a big nice stadium for them to play in, and the history of the club. They raise their game, so that's something that probably Swindon have always had to battle against a little bit. But let's hope that they can, gather a little bit of steam and over the next few seasons get themselves back into where they should be. Probably Championship at the moment would be fantastic for them.
Before we talk about the campaign, you've mentioned his name already, obviously, a name that you'll be familiar with. Our manager now, Ian Holloway, just recently signed a new long-term contract, but we're in very safe hands with Ian Holloway.
Yes, Ian's done a great job. He's a great character. I don't know how many times he's quit and said he's over the years, I don't know, but he always seems to bounce back. But I'm glad he's done well, because it wasn't, I don't think there was the results at the very beginning that everyone was expecting and hoping for. But then slowly but surely, he's got his ways across to the players, and it's confidence at the end of the day. If you get a team that gets confident and believes in what they're doing, then you've got half a chance. So it's great to see them. They're 15th now in the league. So pretty safe, and there's a nice little bit of a foundation to go for over the coming seasons. So that'd be great for the fans.
We're here for a really crucial campaign today with Sky Bet, EFL and the British Heart Foundation for their Every Minute Matters relay. So what is it about the campaign that is so important?
Well, it's about CPR. It's about learning to do CPR. That's the only reason why I'm sitting here now today, because of CPR. I had a cardiac arrest 6 years ago, and the fact that Simon Daniels, the sound manager, I was working at BT at the time in the studio, saved my life. It's as simple as that with CPR. So this campaign, as you can imagine, is very high up on my list. I wouldn't be sitting here if it wasn't for that. So I owe him my life. So what it's about is, the campaign is really about, it's not raising money, it's about awareness to go and have, 15 minutes it will take to learn CPR. What's that, a half time? That's a half time at a football match, where you can actually go away, learn CPR and save someone's life, and have that capacity to save that, have the confidence to do it, know how to do it. This is what we're looking for. And we opened it up over a year ago, the campaign at Wembley, and we were saying our aims were 270,000 people to learn CPR. We're pretty much very close to it now, so hopefully with this campaign we'll go over that, which is great news. It really is. But the Reviver, if you go onto the BHF, the Reviver will teach you how to do it on the app. And as I say, 15 minutes is a half time. When you get your coffee and a pork pie or something, you could be spending that time, and you will save someone's life. That's the beauty of it. I mean, there's no greater gift than what Simon gave me in my life. Ironically, it was on my birthday, but that was a bit strange. But what a gift to give me, huh? And if you learn how to do CPR and you have that confidence, you will save someone's life. What a feeling that must be.
Just want to talk about the campaign and how it's driven. I know you mentioned there, it's not about raising money, it's very much about raising awareness. And I think prehistorically, for a lot of people, learning CPR or learning first aid prehistorically used to be somewhere where you'd go and do a day course. It would take you 1 or 2 days to learn things like CPR and saving lives. But now with Reviver, it can just take 15 minutes to learn it.
Yeah, I mean, that's the beauty of some of the modern day things and technology and all these things. There's a lot of downsides to it, negatives, but this is a positive. That's, for instance, 15 minutes out of your day that you can actually go and achieve. And I think that's the thing as well. When you get down to the horrible nitty-gritty of it all, I think it's having the confidence. If it's a loved one, the thing about a cardiac arrest is you don't know where it's going to hit, when it's going to hit. I was working. Most people, you don't get a warning sign. So that's why it's so vital that you could be in the crowd at a football match. You could be in the shopping centre. It could be a workmate. It could be family at home. And to have that, ability to do CPR and do it confidently, this will give you that confidence, and it will give you that, ability to actually save someone's life. Because it is vital. You need the first 3 minutes are vital. Defibrillators are very, very important. Of course they are, but they might be more than 3 minutes away. You don't know where they will be. Whereas if someone's there right at the moment, in the first minute, and they're doing, as we said, every minute matters, and that's the reason why it's called that, the campaign, is, to get CPR done that quickly will save you, or give you the best possible chance, actually.
We were talking to Ian Holloway yesterday about the campaign, who also is a massive advocate. He sadly lost his father to a heart attack as well, and he's a massive advocate from Swindon's perspective and personally from his perspective for this campaign as well. And he mentioned a really important point yesterday, that although funding is increasing in this area for defibs, that knowing CPR is still as important, because not every area will have availability to defibrillator.
Absolutely, and I think every youth team, every youth club, schools, colleges, universities, you should come out of every school knowing how to do CPR. It's not rocket science. They should be taught that, and I think it's changing. I think there's been a government, there's been some pressure put on the government, and that should be a given. For me, it's quite simple, so that, when you're that age as well, things stay in, don't they? As an adult, I need I need to do it again, but youngsters think it stays in. So that might happen 10 years later, bang, they'll go straight into it, and it'll be in there and stays in there. So, it's imperative. The more people that you can teach and learn CPR, it's going to then be able to touch a lot of different people. So you're going to cover certain people. As I said, you don't know when or if it's going to happen. Hopefully, please touch wood, it never happens to me again. But I've actually got a defibrillator in my back, so if it does happen, I've got a bit more of a chance. But I've had to earn that one, I think.
You've touched on it already. Obviously, back in 2018, what you spoke about, you suffered a major heart attack, but the knowledge of that colleague at BT Sport really did make the difference.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I didn't realise a heart attack and a cardiac arrest are two completely different things. So people do think it's a heart attack, but it's the cardiac arrest that you need CPR instantly, as quick as you can. Yeah, I mean, unfortunately there's a lot of people obviously that don't have that person who knows how to do it within the first 3 minutes. And that, you know, people have passed, many people have obviously passed over because of that reason. But I was very fortunate, very lucky to be in the right place at the right time and have Simon there, you know, doing CPR on me and keeping me alive, and until the ambulance and everyone else takes over. And that's what it's about. It's sort of an interim. It's a period of time where you can save somebody and then just keep things going until the professionals come, and that's exactly what it's all about.
An advocate for this campaign, and you'll see our participants off today as we complete our leg between Swindon and Cheltenham. And for Swindon and every other club taking part of this campaign, it will bring so much awareness up and down the country.
Yeah, marvellous. It's a great campaign. I think it's 72 clubs, and it's a great idea. Most of these sort of campaigns are in charities about finances and raising money, but this isn't. It's about raising awareness, and that's why we're all here. And I only wish I could have done the leg, and my knees have caught up with me. So, but that's by the by. It's about the awareness and making people, as I say, 15 minutes. Get onto the BHF website and the app to do Reviver, and that will teach you how to do it. And that's what we're here for.
Just lastly, there'll be a lot of Swindon Town supporters watching our interview, I'm sure. But our message for those to learn CPR, make a difference, is to be heard so much wider than just the community here in Swindon. And as you mentioned already, in less than 15 minutes you can learn CPR yourself too.
Yeah, and why are we doing it? Because we'll save people's lives, and I think there's no greater gift you can give somebody than their life, and that's what this campaign is all about. So please, you know, go out there and spend that 15 minutes wisely.